Good evening, America. Another day, last day of the Democratic National Convention. I want to share some things with you, and they're more personal today. First thing I want to share is my best wishes, my best energy, and my prayers are with the Britovo family in Texas. John and the family are going through a pretty rough time right now. We all know what that's about, and it's not good right now. And John spoke today about what I do want to talk about, and that is love and appreciation. We have our last night of the DNC tonight. Ironically, probably about 45 minutes ago, I was with a friend that had recently helped me out. Not a great big huge thing, but still a crucial thing. I don't have any big logging chains to drag stuff around with my tractor or lift it up with the bucket on my tractor. He did, and without any equivocation, just lent them to me. Happens to be a guy here in Dixon County that runs A&H Meats. It's a custom meat processing place. Charges very fair prices and has impeccable products. Also happens to be a Republican. He happens to be a real Republican. He happens to be more along the lines of a Reagan, John McCain Republican. And whereas I can't tell you he's not going to vote for Donald Trump, I can tell you that if in his doing it, he will be doing it holding his nose. I know that he is not a big fan of Donald Trump. And I know why. Because we have had a number of good, solid, serious discussions. Still, having that difference, and come on, y'all, that's a pretty big difference. We were able to sit on the front porch of his business and chat a little. There was another guy there that happened, he had his NRA shirt on and happens to be from Chicago and happens to be a Republican. I imagine that rather than voting for Kamala Harris, they are going to vote for Donald Trump. For the same reasons that I will be voting for Kamala Harris. We disagree on what is the best answer for this country. We disagree, but the simple fact is we can still call each other friends, and we can still have an intelligent, respectful conversation about the whole process. And I think that that's very important, even with the people you differ with. That is the power of hope, care, and love. John spoke on that today, and it's tremendously important. Now, this fella, his name is Barry. First thing we did was needle each other a little bit. It was the first time he'd seen me without the hair, and my opening statement was, well, it's all the stress you Republicans are causing me, just caused my hair to fall out. And then he brought up the party that we're having in Chicago, and I said, well, hold on now, or that we had in Chicago. I said, hold on now, we got one more night. And then he made a comment about, and you got Jesse Jackson, which I don't, I see where he's coming from, but I don't agree with him. And to which I could answer, yeah, but you got Kid Rock and Hulk Hogan, and at least we got Stevie. And it just went back and forth a little bit like that. But then at the end of the conversation, at the very end of the conversation, Barry was talking about, he's going out. Barry does a tremendous amount of community service. He really is just that guy, and I'm so respectful of that and appreciative because he has helped me too. But he was telling me about some of the things he was going out and doing, and he goes in, and I'm a Republican and going to do that. And of course I had to needle him back, and I said, yeah, but you act an awful lot like a Democrat. And that's, you know what? Those lines do blur when we are essentially centrists and moderates. And that's important. Last night, we had another night that was truly impressive, that was truly, it was emotional, and it showed the care and hope that we're looking for. Of course, the other side took shots. Tim Walz's son, Gus, that, they were picking on because he was all tearful without ever once considering that this is a high-functioning autistic person. They have the world different, and throwing around insults at a person like that is just, that's really crude. I got called out today by somebody locally because I had posted a thing. I have said that I'm going to try not to say the guy's name anymore, and I think I've already done it once or twice. But that I will be, going forward, I will be referring to him as the OSS, the orange shit stain, which I have been doing for a while. But I got smacked by one of my neighbors for being so rude. Taking a shot at that guy is rude. The king of taking shots, the king of insults, the king of crude and rude. But I'm rude to take shots back at him. Okay. I'm just not even going to honor that one. I'm not even going to do a hell of a lot with it. The point in that is I see a different future than a lot of people do around here. And I see the better way to get there is by supporting Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. Are there flaws there? Yes, of course there are. Are there the same magnitude of flaws that are in the OSS? No, I don't think so. I've got one of those stupid little gnats flying around here. But what I do know is that if I'm going to root for anything, if I'm going to put my hands on that ball with everybody else and try to keep it moving, I'm going to do it in the name of hope. I'm going to do it in the name of care. I'm going to do it in the name of going forward rather than going backward. I think that's our best bet. I think that Kamala Harris is our best bet. Is my vote for Kamala Harris, to a degree, a vote against the OSS? Yes, it is. Still gets down to policy and platform. I like hers better. If you want to talk to me about those things, if you want to get right down to arguing with me about them in a respectful, real debate with the facts manner, I will be glad to do that with pretty much anybody. But that's the point. To do it in a respectful, intelligent, researched manner is what we have to do. And we can do that. We are going to move forward. Tonight is the last night of what is our tailgate party. Let's look at it, folks. Conventions are really just that. They're there to introduce people. They're there to network. They're there to build up the candidates and get them ready for the coming race. And that's what we're doing. Our tailgate party is doing that too. And again, they got Hulk Hogan and Kid Rock, J.D. Vance. We've got Tim Walz, Oprah, Stevie, and a long list of others. And I wouldn't be too surprised if you don't see a young woman from Nashville tonight. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I would not be at all surprised. And I certainly hope we do. That's the hope I'm talking about. That's the moving forward I'm talking about. If we have differences, let's discuss them. Let's talk to each other. Let's try not to be too obnoxious. I know that I can be. and I know that I have been, and I know that I probably will continue to be. But I will try to keep my obnoxious as low as I can, because I would rather discuss in the name of hope. So, everybody, this was just going to be a short one. Of course the alarm had to go off. Come on, you guys. Anyway, I'd like y'all to take that hope, that good energy, and shift some of it toward the Corpus Christi area, Mr. John Britovo and his family. Give them our best. Share some of that hope. Share some of that care. Share some of that gratitude for the people that are with you and will help you, even if they have differing opinions. You can discuss your opinions and understand that each other, hey, that's just my opinion. And every time I do one of these, folks, by the way, it's sometimes well-researched, probably most of the time well-researched, but it's still just my opinion. I'm still going to keep putting it out there. But I think I'd rather put it out there on the side of hope. I think I'd rather put it out there on the side of progress. All of you, you've been very supportive, and I appreciate you so very much. I especially want to thank my friends Barry, Morgan, my friend Jerry, who I've done a thing lately, and that is intentionally, when I'm posting things, putting friends except for. And there's a reason for that. I consider these people my friends, and I know a lot of what I'm going to post is going to piss them off. My intent is not to piss them off. My intent is to put information out there that I believe that my opinion holds with, and I hope you can do the same thing. Anyway, we got one more night of this coming up, and we're going to get to hear from the next president of the United States. I think that's very important. So I'm going to get the hell off of here, and I'm going to start paying attention to that pretty soon. I hope you will all too. Send your best energy down to John, Marcia, the family, and be thankful for the folks that are around you. Be thankful that we can share. Be thankful that we can still respect with differing opinions. I love you, America. Share this shit.